We made it, fam. We're here. Man, when I say I have been running, your boy has been running, fam. Really, really running. Whew. I would say I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I still got some energy in it, and I saved it just for you. But before I can tell you, man, because I say a win is a win. I know we were supposed to start at 7, and I do apologize. That Dallas traffic, it got your boy. I was on time. The traffic got me. But let me tell you, for me to only be showing up by 20, 25 minutes a little bit later, let me explain what's been going on, and then you'll understand why I say this is still a win that we even here. Now, y'all know for that, y'all be rocking with your boy. We picked up in Reno. It ain't going. It's going to Jacksonville, Florida. We'll get that. We'll get to that later in the new video. But your boy left Reno, working my way back to the house because I should have been here yesterday. Y'all saw we put up in the community what went wrong. So no problems. Driving fine, van. Man, Chip was doing his thing. I got to North Las Vegas. Got the traffic. And as soon as I slowed down to a stop in traffic, I felt that old Chip do one of them. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, what was that? Traffic started to move. I pressed the gas just a little bit. That thing went. I said, I got to get off of the exit. I got off on the exit, right? Pull into the gas station. I'm checking all under the hood. I'm looking underneath Chip. I don't see no liquid, no fluids on the ground. I was like, let me start them up again. Start them up, and I'm just looking at the engine, and it's just going. I say, well, I know what this is, and we can't go no further. And it's already was 5 o'clock in the evening on a Friday in Vegas. So I looked up to see where was the closest mechanic, and if they were still open, because it's 5 p.m. Friday, Vegas. So I had two options. I had one that was 1.2 miles away and one that was 0.08 miles away. The one that was 0.08 miles away was literally right down the street, like 3 lights. Get up there, pull in. I'm looking for anybody because the garage is still open. Little young dude saw me. He's like, what's up, man? And I walked over, the fist bump. I said, I might be in it. We starting off good. And the owner walked over and was like, what's going on, man? I told him. He told the young dude to plug it on up, see what the codes read. Read the codes, and he said, man, I don't even know if we got the parts for this. I'm like, hey, how long we need? Because I can't go nowhere. I can't go nowhere. So I'm in your hands. What you tell me what we need to do. He said, I got to check to see if the parts, and then it's going to take some time to put it on. I say, how much time? He said, a day. It's Friday at 5. I say, are y'all open tomorrow? He said, tomorrow's a half a day. I say, so we got to stay till Monday. Cool. And he said, you not mad about this? I looked around. I say, why would I be mad? Why would I let it stress me? I can't control it. If y'all know me, fam. Y'all been rocking with your boy. It's out of my control. I can't get mad. If I get mad, stressed out, frustrated, what's happening? Chips still need to get fixed. So I was like, whatever you need me to do. He said, can you leave it? Yeah, I can leave it. He said, for how long? I said, how long you need? You tell me. You the mechanic? He said, well, if you leave it, I can start taking it apart right now, but I have to see if I can get the parts. He went around the corner, walked off. He said, I got the parts ordered. I'm like, cool. What you want me to do? He said, leave it here. Before he said that, I was already phoned out. Uber me, please, looking up the hotel. All in all, to say to speed this thing up. I got back the next day after I checked out the hotel because he said he might be done by 3. I pulled up. He told me everything was wrong. I'm not telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all in the video. That's going to be in the next video when we drop off. I ain't going to have you listen to the same thing twice. So he told me what was wrong, and then while he pulled it off, because if y'all don't know, when you got to pull stuff off on these any of these vans, you got to take stuff off the grill, all kinds of stuff to get to the parts. He fixed the stuff in the front, and he said, I'm reaching back here to check some stuff in the back. He checked some stuff in the back, and he said, well, this is bad too. I say, well, okay. He said, you want me to fix it? You already back there, fix everything. I don't believe in doing stuff twice. You already got it open. Just go and knock out what you need to knock out. I'm looking at it. He's showing me the parts. I can see it's bad. So it's just go and get it fixed. Because like I've been telling y'all from the beginning, we've been put the maintenance money up. I told y'all. That's why the win is a win. That's why your boy don't be tripping. Everything that I'm telling y'all to do, I'm already doing it too. We're doing it together. So maintenance money, that's part of this game. So I wasn't even tripping. He originally quoted $1,600, and I was like, so after you do all that, how much is that gonna cost? He said about another $500-$600. I said, well, knock it out. And I walked off. I went down the street and had me old breakfast burrito. Man, that breakfast burrito was fire. I know y'all probably like, why you worried about the breakfast burrito? Anyway, but he got your boy fixed up. Got Chip ready in the day. Now, granted, that was Saturday, as in yesterday. But y'all know, fam, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. I told you Sunday is your day. So guess what I did? He fixed me up, got up out of Vegas at 3 p.m. yesterday. And you know what I did? I missed the go get it. But I went and got it for you. I didn't do a mad dash to get the load. I did a mad dash to come home to talk to y'all. Yeah, I want to see my family. They first. I love y'all too, but I want to see them first. That's why we started it. I got in the door by 7:08. I set everything up and we pushed the live now because I had to see them. You know, I tell y'all all the time when you're leaving, hug the kids, hug the white kids, kiss the wives. We ain't got no dogs, so we ain't got to be slapping no dogs. But yeah, we good. And now we here. For y'all, no, the other reason we late, because best believe, I rock with y'all, fam. Had 3 one-on-ones today. That meant your boy pulled over, found a gas station and everything. The first one was at Love's. The second one was in a Walmart parking lot. And the third one was at another Love's. I'm pulling over for y'all. And we did the one-on-ones in the van. So, fam, that was with me with the one-on-ones. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy because y'all know we used to be at the desk doing them. Y'all rocked with me. We did the one-on-ones in the van. But now we live. A win is a win. And that's why we came to the topic today. Sometimes you winning. I know y'all winning. I see you winning. But y'all be winning and don't know you winning. I see the comments. We talk a lot. Y'all winning and still don't see y'all winning. So tonight I'm finna help you understand how you winning. You just don't see it. And I'm going to help you understand how you winning, especially in this game. But let's see who in this thing, because I see y'all now came in on your boy. Y'all up here. Man, y'all got a bunch of comments. What's up, Blue Beast? Man, what's going on? 2J Cares in that building. That H-Town, baby. I see you. Come on in. We waiting on you. Safe travels, my boy. Get on in here. Let's see. Terry, what's going on? What's going on, man? Kima. Well, y'all don't know Kima. I'm calling him Kima. He know who he is. You in Phoenix, huh? Ooh, got that 9 a.m. pickup. I told you, Friday pickup, Monday drop off. Or get your Monday on out the way and have it scheduled. That's what I'm talking about. You know that little Harlem Shake. I feel you. Let's see. The last you were in the city when it happened. Yes. So that's why it's a win is a win. Because believe it or not, coming out of Reno, it's a whole bunch of dead spots all the way to Reno. God always doing this big one, looking out for your boy. I'm talking about Chip didn't give no sign, nothing was wrong. Running like normal. Nothing until I stopped in North Las Vegas. I'm talking about smooth sailing. So I could have been on the back road. It couldn't happen in Vegas. It could have kept going because once you get out of Vegas, the route it took me was going down 40. It's a lot of dead spots like there. Could have been nighttime, middle of the night. Can't do nothing. So God already got you, boy. He be looking out for me. He look out for y'all too. That's why I say you winning and don't even know you winning. But I'm going to let you know. Jess, what's up? Jess, true. I got to talk to you. Let's see. Wing Ding in Florida. I see you. What up, Jermaine? Hey, Pretty Flock, are you in ATX right now? Okay. Just True is in the VA. You dropping off tomorrow where you came from. Just True where you came up. Blaring that thing. Man. John, you in passing through Phoenix right now? Get that money, fam, and everybody stay safe. But let's see. I'm reading that because I read the comments. I don't know if y'all go back. Sometime I catch y'all going back reading the comments under the videos when we post. And I see y'all come in and helping each other out in here. And that's how we're going to talk about the winning that y'all don't even know y'all winning. So This is what happens in life. Y'all know me. I'm a sports fan. I'm a sports guy. Y'all are winning, but it's hard to tell that y'all winning because you looking at somebody else winning. Right now, y'all know we're in March Madness. As they win them games, because I watch them games, they killing it out there. And every time they win, they celebrating as they go to the next round. Of course, the champion gonna win and celebrate. But let's break that down a little bit. Think about somebody like, we play little league sports and all that. It ain't got to be sports, but I'm sticking with sports. Little league sports. When they win, they be cheering. Then you get to middle school, you win your district, you cheering. When you get to high school, don't go to state. Winning state, you cheering. You going crazy because you winning. College, right now I said March Madness, they winning. NBA, they winning. Overseas, they winning. Problem with it is, when you're in Little League, you're not looking at high school to see who winning and cheering, being like, man, I ain't winning at the high school level because you're in the Little League level. The people that's playing the March Madness, they not looking like, man, I didn't win the NBA championship. No, they trying to win March Madness. When you're in high school going for state, you are not looking at March Madness like, man, I can't win state. They winning March Madness. They winning NBA championship. You winning, but you too busy looking at somebody else's winning. This is how you winning. Let's start right here. First, y'all already rocking with your boy in the chat. We learning about this cargo van business. No matter what stage you in, whether you already got your van, whether you're thinking about joining the business, just think about that. You're thinking about joining the business. You're already winning. You're thinking about joining a business where it's somebody right around the corner, probably in your same neighborhood, right on your same street. They trying to figure out where they going to go get a job at. Just a plain job just to pay their bills. You thinking about starting a business. You already winning. You in the van already. You already winning. You might be like, the rates, I can't stand the rates. Do you know how many people right now wish they could even complain about the rates? That's why I don't listen to outside noise, because it's like a championship game. You got people that's on the sidelines that's rooting for you and cheering for you, but it's also people on the sideline that don't want you to win. Them the ones be like, you in a cargo van? You're not making enough. What about your maintenance? What about your wear and tear on your vehicle? What? We just had a breakdown. Well, it didn't break down. We caught it before it break down. I wasn't on the side of the road. But think about that. We were already winning because we already put the money away for the business. Everything we talk about is us taking one step closer to winning. No different than this 100K challenge we on. Every load you pick up, every load I pick up, every time that money go up and go up and go up, we're getting closer to the win. Man, let me go. Y'all up here got me. Let me go look at these comments. Just True dropped off in Chicago on Friday and snagged the pickup Friday from Chicago. Boy, True, you out there running. You out there running. Hi, son. Hey, big money, son. I told you, I'm trying to get like you. I'm trying to get like you. I ain't got the big money yet. You got the quicks. Man, you got to talk. They in the building, but we got to talk. Now, y'all know, I find it all funny. Y'all know me. I go with God's plan. But it seems like every time I say something, when we like, hey, we're going to talk about this later, God diverts us and we talk about it sooner. Just last live, the quicks asked, so what would you do with if you got a load and you happen to break down? What would you do? And what did I say? I'm going to find a way to get it there. I don't care if I got to repair it or if I got to go rent a vehicle. Because when they said they weren't going to be able to fix it, I was thinking to myself, that pallet ain't that heavy. I'm just going to go get me a U-Haul pickup truck, drive back over here, and ask the dudes if they can help load this pallet in the back of this truck. I was going to leave Chip in Vegas. Load that pallet in the back of the pickup truck and drive that thing on Florida and come right on back. You know the U-Haul trucks I'm talking about, the one that say 1995 on the tail. I'm finna go get one of them. Throw that pallet. Hey, man, can y'all help me get a corner? Let's put this pallet on it. I was about to do it, and that was because the quicks asked last week, what would I do? And I think, because y'all know me, I've been messing with y'all all this time, talking about I'm your test dummy. God puts me through. If my portion right now is God to put me through something to help show you something and teach you what I learned from what I go through, then I'm gonna do it. I'm all for it. He uses me. I'm a testimony because God tests them on me. All right, let me stop. Y'all gonna have BG the speaker come out. I'm a testimony because God tests them on me. That's what I'm here for, fam. So yeah, quick. Y'all got me. Y'all said something, and then the following week we broke down, we got it fixed, and now we back rolling. Let's see. Came out, bought 100K full warranty and 4 cents. My man, that's what's up. Let's see what else we got here. TJ, thinking about getting into the business, love. Man, TJ, appreciate you, man. Hey, anything I can tell everybody, go back to the first video when we got, if you already in the business, already got the capital, then pick up on the first cargo route. If you're thinking about getting into the business and you know why we started, get routed until you got the money stacked up. It's other ways to do it, but just keep rocking with us. We're going to help you get there. All right, Andrew, New Jersey in the building. The quick, right? I love Van. Get that every week from someone. So the quick stay, y'all better be watching their channel because they had assembly issue. They did not assembly issue, but they had to do some repairs too in a couple of videos back. Sean, you ain't late, man. What broke, I didn't actually go into the whole entire details because it didn't break. I didn't break down on the side of the road. What actually happened was it started and it happened because it didn't get no warning signs. Because, you know, God wanted to make sure your boy was in a good location. And we got it fixed. But it was basically, to sum it all up, it was the spark plugs, the coils, the sensor. I'll tell y'all out. I'm not going to take it's in the video that's coming up because I'll spoil it for you. Y'all see, I think I'm spoiling y'all. Y'all getting spoiled on me. I can't lie. I'm going to spoil y'all because I'm spoiled too. I can't even lie. All right, EJ, Baltimore in this thing. JCM in the house. What's going on? Ooh, you in Laredo. You know, we talked about that, Laredo. You know how to get out of there. We talked about it. I'll catch y'all up. If something don't pop in Laredo, closest thing because Laredo, Brownsville, and McAllen, all that down there in Texas. If you can't get out of Laredo, first shot, straight to San Antonio. After San Antonio, it's Houston. We're going to cities that's the closest. San Antonio, Houston, Dallas. So you know that. The quick speak on it. Just true. Man. So y'all say y'all need that shirt. All right. Let's let it up. See, y'all be asking for stuff too fast. So remember I told you, me and the wife, we got other stuff going on. So you say you need it on the shirt. Which one you need on the shirt? You need this on the shirt? We already got this on the shirt. The other stuff, matter of fact, yeah, I wasn't giving it to y'all because remember, I told y'all I ain't just pushing stuff on y'all but we gonna give it to you. We got it. We do have a shirt company. I will give y'all the information. Don't worry. These shirts right here and other shirts, got all kinds of shirts. Y'all see me wear them. Y'all just didn't know we had it because I wasn't promoting it. But yeah, we sell these shirts. All these shirts we sell. We got a bunch of them. Even the one I just said. God testimony. I'm a testimony because God tests them on me. It's on the shirt. Don't worry. I'm going to give it to y'all. Come. I see y'all spoiled again. Y'all already want the shirt links. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Deerfield Beach, Florida in the house. What's going on, Andre? Been in the business since August. Man, congrats. See, that's what I'm talking about. You already winning. Regardless if you're in the business, thinking about coming in the business, I promise you, it's people. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's what I mean when you're already winning, but you don't see it. Because most of the time we all get caught into looking ahead, and so we're so busy looking ahead at other people that might be a step or 2 or 3 in front of us. We don't even realize where we started from, where we're at now, and that it's people that's behind us that's watching you, and they're looking at you like you're winning, but you got to also be a representative because they're watching you to follow in your footsteps. Because one of the biggest things I learned, especially with God, nobody can walk in your footsteps if you don't take the first step. And a lot of y'all are already winning because you took step 1, 2, 3, 4, and somebody's walking in your steps right behind you, but they can't keep walking if you stop because you don't think you're winning because you're looking at somebody else. So you're already winning. You just don't see it. You just got to look at it on a bigger scale. Let's see. Man, you got that. So John Edwards got 334,835 on his van. He not done that repair twice. Yeah, that repair, it wasn't friendly. It wasn't friendly. It hit me for like 21.30 or something. And I gave the dude 2,200, and he was like, no, let me go grab your change. I say, no, you keep that change. You bless me, and if I can tip you and bless you back. And that gentleman looked me straight in my eyes, and he said, man, I've been doing this business for 27 years, and I've never received a tip. Let that sink in. You're winning and don't even see that you're winning. This man never received a tip and been doing mechanic work for 27 years in Vegas. Telling you. What's going on, Rich? You ain't told us no updates. What kind of lows you been getting? Man, you not put the miles on that, John. That was bought that van that I just told y'all about 2 years ago at 47,000. If you think about that, y'all. So let me tell you how you win. So John bought his van 2 years ago and had 47,000. I just told you that he's sitting at 334,835 miles. If we did $1 a mile for just half of that, just half, I'm pretty sure it's more than half. I know it's more than half. But if we just did $1 a mile for half of that, that means in just half, that means old John I made 150 bands in 2 years. I'm not counting your pockets, John. I'm just trying to let people see that they winning and then don't even know they winning. And I know it's more than that, but I ain't gonna count your pockets. I just want people to get the message that you winning. Jay, good seeing you another Sunday, man. Hey, I appreciate you. It's good seeing you too. You get a load off of that load board. About how long does it take to upload files and put that company on your insurance? Hold on. Good seeing you another. I'm reading Jay comment. So after you get a load off that load board, about how long does it take to upload files and put that company on your insurance to really secure the load? So what Jay is talking about. Sometimes when you get a load, remember we talked about the COI, the certificate of insurance. There's some brokers that want you to actually add them where you have to call your insurance person and they add that broker's company onto the insurance because they basically want to secure if something happens. They want to know that they're on the insurance to make sure they get paid. So that all depends on your insurance company. I know the major ones, they don't have a direct person. So whoever you call at the 1-800 number, you're most likely going to get another agent. They would have to do it for you so you can get it sent over. It normally doesn't take long. I've seen it done in 10 minutes. I've seen it take 20, 30 minutes. But you want to but here's the kicker. After they do that, don't get rid of that paper. Keep a copy of that, because if you happen to run across that same broker again, you already have a copy of it that you can send them. So don't get rid of it. So I've never thought to tell y'all that when you get COIs for people, don't get rid of it because you can reuse them. Well, at least I've been able to. Yeah, Andrew, it was a tune-up. It was a tune-up. It was basically a tune-up. I just got extra stuff done to it, which I'll tell you about in another video. Jay said I almost secured my first load on my own, but when they asked about the interstate permit, it threw me off. But the permit sound like it's not needed too much, but elaborate, please. So if I'm not mistaken, what kind of load were you picking up? Where were you at and what kind of loads you picking up? Because nobody asked me about a permit. So that I need to know who was it through and where were you at, trying to pick it up. Because I haven't had that asked before, but now that you said it, I'm going to straight look into it. Unless somebody in one of the fam in the comments know, but I'm going to look into it because nobody asked me about an interstate permit yet. From Arizona to Colorado. I don't know why they asked. I'll look into it. Because you know me, I like to find out stuff, Jay. So Jay was in Arizona going to Colorado, and they asked for an interstate permit. I don't know why, but I'll look into it because I want to know now because I want to know in case it happens to me ever. Rich said we getting back out there this week. Had to make sure home front was straight first week and then 5. Yep. I'm not mad at you because you know me. I come home in a minute to make sure home is straight. Actually, that's why I'm here now. Boy 2 ran into a little issue. I can't tell y'all because y'all spoiled. That's part of the video. Boy 2 ran into an issue. And you know when anybody in my family go through something, I try because I'm one of those people. My family, I want them to have the easiest life possible. Don't want you stressing over nothing. Because when I was growing up, it was a lot we had to stress over. And so, you know, you try to make it better for your kids so that they can make it better for their kids. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had ran into a little something. So, yeah, I just came on back to the house. I was coming back anyway. Which I'll explain that in the video, just grabbed that load that was coming this way so I can come back to the house without having a deadhead, because I know y'all be getting mad at your boy in the deadhead, but I'll explain why I grabbed it in the video that's dropping, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, that's the quicks are right. They probably were just asking about your MC because that's all it is. So I don't know what exactly kind of permit they were looking for. Jay said these companies want to track your every move, and I respect that. Yeah, you're going that's what we talked about that in many videos. Sometimes, and it's a bunch of trackers out there, they want to track everything you do, and then some harass you, some don't harass you, some call you every 3 minutes, feel like, and some they call once you pick up the load and you're good to go. They won't mess with you till you get to the end. But more than likely, it's normally those like seasoned companies that kind of let you go. But I know if you carry for like Yellow Diamond or something like that, Yellow Diamond, they got like 10 people on their team, and one on your load, and one person to call. 30 minutes later, another person called, and it's like, do y'all log this in the computer? Because I just got called by 3 other people. But every company is different, and they will track you. Yeah, you got to download the maps. They'll send them to you whenever you get in the load and they want to be tracked. They're going to text you the load. Jay's telling you about Truck Stop Go. But whenever you're getting the load, if they're tracking, if you don't already have them, like if I was you, I'd go ahead and download them. I'd give you a couple of them just so y'all to know some of them. So y'all, I never thought to even tell y'all that. So one of the apps that they track on is Trucker Tools. One of them is Load Stop. Another one is Drive View. Another one is Lboard. Another one, TQL. And I think Macro Point. That's another one. So if y'all want to just download those and count those right there and have them on your phone, those are some that they automatically just track on. Another one is Shipwell. They track on that as well. So it already be in your phone. But if you don't remember them when they get ready to book you, they're going to text you the tracker anyway, so you can open it and they'll tell you to download and all that stuff. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. They'll let you yeah, Jay, I'll do a link with I'll put the apps out there. But either way it go, I'll put them out there, but they're going to send them to you anyway. But I guess it does help if you already got it on your phone. But I'll put them out there so y'all will just have them on your phone. But yeah, that's just how simple it is. And the reason I'm reading these comments like that, because again, Jay's asking these questions. He's asking these questions because in the I guess I don't like to say level, because I know that little songs is levels to this and all that. It's just the point of the journey that you're on. You're already winning. And like right now, Jay is already winning. He's asking the questions. He's getting out there. Everybody's out there. Rich got out there, got his first load. You know, we talked about that on another live. Like, those are steps. Whether you're on load 1 or load 200, you're winning. Don't be on load 1 looking at somebody on load 100. That's just the part of the journey that they're on. Your journey is your journey. It's a marathon. It ain't a race. We ain't in competition with each other, especially not over here, because we winning together. That's why I love y'all in this chat, man, because y'all always helping each other. So yeah, man, we just gonna keep winning how we winning. Man, this is why outside of my family, y'all know that. That's the obvious one. But this is why I rush on, man, because I like rocking with y'all. But yeah, now let's get back to something, because we had some fam, because I've been catching up on the comments. We have some fam that went back and started watching the videos from the beginning, and they're leaving the comments as they're going. And the reason I like that is because that shows that that's another part of winning. They're doing their research and their due diligence. And it just so happened one of the comments came from Navi, and he commented on the video about the maintenance. Go figure. That maintenance, I told y'all before, and I'm gonna say it a different way, because I don't want you to think you have to go out there and match what I was saying. So remember, I told you it was 5,000. I went high end to replace engine brand new, 3,000 transmission brand new. Told you about the gas. But if you just start with what you start with, get it to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, because I'm not saying it's not possible, but I haven't personally seen the likelihood that the engine and the transmission go out at the exact same time. Not saying it's not possible, because anything is possible, but you want to always be prepared, because when it happens, like what we just went through, we gave the 2,200, but guess what? It just means we're going to put it back, because it's still money over there for that. So we just put the 2,200 back because it's already there. And the reason I tell y'all to do that is because, I did my research. I watched the YouTube videos. I talked to different people. And the first thing they'll say that got them out the game, because they jumped in it, and people get, that's why I tell y'all don't ball out on the cargo van money yet. They get to having a good time with that money. And that first break, like most of the ones I seen were box trucks, that first break in that $5,000 fix wipes them out. And then they don't even have no more capital to just even do gas. Some of them end up taking out loans or doing whatever they can to get going. So make sure you put the money aside now, so when something happens, that's the whole point of it. And so I'm saying this one because I know, remember we talked about the people on the sideline that's hating, that don't even know, they ain't even in the game. They ain't, you hating from the sideline. Like, they not even in the industry, and they got something to say. And they be like, oh, what about maintenance? What about breakdowns? Last time I checked, vehicles and transportation aren't the only ones that break down. I see cars and trucks in the shops and broke down on the side of roads all the time. Did they put aside money for their maintenance? Why they're worried about our maintenance? That's what I'm saying. You can't worry about the stuff that's going on the sideline. We just work together and keep talking about it. So put your maintenance money aside, so that if something happened to you like it did for me in Vegas, and the guy wondering why you so chipper and happy, I already put it aside, fam. We winning before we even get in the game. We winning before we even get in the game. Let's see. Well, y'all be talking fast in here. Yep, Rich Turbo. RP is another one. Blue Marvel. They talking about the different trackers. King was talking about I uninstalled so they aren't running in the background. Normally, so my phone, I just hit the stop running, and it stops running in the background and everything. Marlon. Okay, what's going on, Marlon? It's what do you think about factoring? So factoring is different. So I do OTR Solutions, but you can pick whatever factor company you want. I just went OTR Solution because they're one of the bigger ones, and they already work with conjunction with DAT. You can search other brokers, MC numbers through OTR Solution to see if they're verified, because what it is, you can only pick one factoring company. You can't have multiple factoring companies. When you get with a factoring company, it's like a contract with them. So any loans you get, you would have to send it to them. You can't just go give it to another factoring company and get paid in multiple places. Because think about it. If they were able to do that, that means the scammers would do one load and send it to 5 factoring companies and get paid 5 different times. So no, you get the one factoring company. I just do OTR Solutions because they're hand in hand with the DAT board. They're the bigger one. You could look up all the people that are verified through them to know that you're going to get your money in time. But I like factoring. Of course, if I was driving like a big rig, I probably would do what they do. So what they do is because of the type of loads they get once they build their capital up. So if a big rig's pushing a load, driving somewhere, and once they fill that trailer up, say it's $10,000 for that load or $8,000 for that load. Instead of doing factoring, because the brokers, whatever broker company you use, they will mail checks. So because we've done a couple of loads with no blue check mark, and that check had to get mailed because it wasn't being factored. That's when you get into the net 30s, net 21s, not 7. It depends on the broker how soon he sends that check out. So if you're getting a check from a broker, sometimes after you complete the load and all that, it could take up to 30 days to get the check. It can take 21 days to get the check. It all depends on that particular broker that you booked the load to. And so what the big rigs do, the ones that are out there, instead of having to give money out, because factoring costs, it's a percentage. Instead of getting money once they get their capital, they just let checks roll in. So think about it this way. If they go out in a semi and they get a load for $5,000, they drop it off, check comes. They get a load for like $10,000, send it out, check comes. Over the course of the month, they're doing that. And by the time they're done, when that 30 days hit and they got $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of checks without losing any money to factoring. Now, will we get to that level? We shall see. That's more the bigger business or the bigger vehicles. We will see. I don't cap anything. I never cap anything that I'm talking to God about, because I feel like when you cap it, that's where he stops you and say that's what all you ask for. That's why I say I make goals and dreams so big that I gotta have God intervene for it to even happen. So I don't even cap nothing. So yeah, that's what I think about factoring. Rich sale, y'all doing y'all all changes at 3K or 5K. So the RAM that I got, it the suggested is like 7. The oil says 10, so I'm normally within that 7 to 10K range. It's not similar to, I don't know every single van, but from the most part, I think it's not like 3 to 5K like a car. It's like 7 to 10. Like even my Navigator does 7 to 10. John Edwards, carry light loads, yes. Even though like the max for me is like 4,600, no, don't go out there and carry no 4,600 pound load. Mr. and Mrs. Quick say they do theirs every 4K for the oil changes. Sean said, do I like the way the trans shift? They seem weird. Mine, it shifts fine. Like mine, it just is smooth. Like you don't hear anything. It just runs smooth. Like that's what I said. It didn't make a noise. It didn't do anything. It was running smooth the whole time. Cause we do our walk arounds and checks every time we get ready to go somewhere. Check the fluids, check everything. So no, mine shifts just fine. The only time I might feel it try to kick in is if because I ride in cruise control. If I'm getting ready to go up a hill and I'm just in la-la land because I'm zoned out if I'm not thinking, because sometimes I go up and down hills, like one hill or two, whatever. But if I know it's going to be a lot of hills and I don't forget to hit the tow haul or something like that, so I don't tear it up when I got a load and all that, then yeah, I hear it kicked in. But other than that, I don't. Where did I stop at? Oh, no chill zone. Mr. Go Get It there. How much you usually put to the side for breakdowns or maintenance? So the breakdown and maintenance is already to the side. So when I did the big number, it was 5,000 for the engine, 3,000 for 3,000 for the transmission. So that's 8. And then the gas is 3,000, even though I don't use 3,000 in gas. But that's when I was last year when I was telling y'all when I was doing those little small loads and everybody like, why are you doing that? Because remember, we're not paying ourselves yet at that time. Like I do 10% now, but that's 10% to my wife. Like she's holding it down, she gets 10%. And so we go. We were doing those small loads to like build it up. So that's the part of business. Like I know we all want the money, and if you have to, maybe that's why we did the COL in the last week and allow the cost of living, so you'll know what actually you need to know, and then find that percentage that works best for you. So, for example, in the COL, when we said 70 cents a mile is your lowest, if you're trying to put the maintenance aside like you're supposed to do, because the maintenance should be a little bit in that CPM that you're putting to the side. But say if you're doing a load for like 90 cents. And you already got the 70 cents to cover your bills, the CPM is covered, and you got that extra 20 cents per load that you're getting, like say 90 cents, then put 10 cents aside of that load aside for your personal savings, and then 10 cents aside for the business savings. Because you want to save both. You want to save for your personal life and the van life. Because even though we talk about for maintenance for the van, you still have things come up in your personal life that can be an emergency, just like you have maintenance. And I don't want y'all to get in the habit of what they call it, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So when you make this money, that's why we're not balling out on the money yet. Set aside savings for both your personal life and your business expenses. Because I would hate for you to say, okay, I got a load for 90 cents, 70 cents covering my personal life and my CPM. I got 20 cents per mile left. I'm just going to throw it all at the business. Then something happens, emergency in your personal life. And now you got to go over to the business account and start peeling money. Because that's how it starts to, when we talked about habit stacking, that starts to get you in the negative habit stacking of peeling money from your business. Same with your personal. If you sit it for your personal, don't want to keep having to peel from your personal to go to your business, because you're building bad habits. So to get in the habit of building good habits, and whatever number works best for you, like you have to figure that out. If you got 20 cents per mile left over that you're trying to do, if you want to do 15 cents over there for your business and 5 cents for your personal. Does that make sense? I hope that I'm saying that right. Like figure out the number that works best for you, so that way you can factor in how you're saving for your business and your personal, because that's the only way we're gonna grow. Let's see, fam. What else we got? Yep, you're right, Jay. Putting the apps on the phone, having them as a head start is good. Yeah, no chills on when you was talking. I know what you meant when you was talking about the maintenance. So the maintenance account, once it's built up, that's what it stays at. I don't really peel off and keep adding more to the maintenance account. What I normally do then is I start adding stuff to the business savings, like to keep it separate for, let's say, future reference. Where if you say you want to scale up the business and go get another van, or if you're paying a van note and you want to pay the van off early, because the faster you pay it off, the faster you get in the green, the faster that you, I know it ain't green. I just use green. I know green means being eco-friendly, but that's the word I use for what we talk about. Get your business more in the green, so you might want to pay it off. So you use that extra money for whatever you want, but for whatever you need for the business, or split it, business savings, personal savings. But once the maintenance account is built, that's over there and it stays over there. Don't touch it. I don't mess with it. I just start messing with the other money savings for other stuff that might come up with the van, or something that might come up with the business. It's just over there in case we want to scale up. It could be for anything, but you want to put that to the side because we're not balling out yet, because it's going to mean something as we progress through the year. And I tell you the next stages of, because remember, we're doing 100K a year, but when we get to those next stages where we make the business make 100K, then we get to the point where you're putting 100K in your pocket. That's going to mean something later on. So you want to start saving that money now, because when we get to that part towards the end of the year, like the third or fourth quarter, it'll make more sense while we're putting that money to the side, so we can get to the point where we can get the business making 100K, but also getting ourselves to get paid 100K. Jay is saying that is not that popular in Phoenix area for the van or the box truck. A lot of U-box loads. Yes. But I come too far to quit, but I want to do local medical in my cargo van. Jay, you have nothing wrong with that. Do what works best in your area, because there are loads that come out from BAT, like one of the fam today. I'll give you an example. He's that we did the one-on-one. He's out of Florida, and I basically told him, because he's in Jacksonville, I've been in that area. His most likely is he gonna have to get going. He's most likely gonna have to dead head out of there and get to Atlanta to get going, or he's going to be just running around Florida for those rates that they base off of Florida only. They don't base it off nowhere else. They base it off of Florida. So he might have to head up to Atlanta, that 300 some miles to get going. No different when I said about earlier in the live. If you're in Laredo, you're going to most likely have to head out and get to San Antonio or Houston. San Antonio is like 180 some miles, and Houston is like 300 some miles. You have to head out and get to the place to get going. So, yeah, you're right, Jay. Phoenix, if they don't have anything, I know, for example, like if you want to run in LA runs up and down LA all day long. Like California, you can run around and play in California all day long. But if you're right there in Phoenix, El Paso is a deadhead away for you. That'll be one of your deadhead. More loads come out of El Paso than they do out of Phoenix. From what I've seen when I'm out there, because obviously I'm not out there every day, but when I am out there, that's what I notice. Just True says, if I can't get a load from VA Beach, should I head to Richmond, 93 miles, or Charlotte, North Carolina, 298 miles? So what you need to do, if you're looking at the load board, go ahead and open it up to the 450 while you're in VA. Soon as Monday hits, remember I told you start looking for all day Monday in that 450 mile radius. But as the day gets to going on, because you can only get there so fast. So, for example, remember I told you 3 hours for every 2 miles. Use that as your base. So for 400 miles, you would have to need 6 hours. So if it's 8 o'clock in the morning and the load drops 400 miles away, and they have a pickup window of 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, and you find it at 8 o'clock, you can book that load. You just have to deadhead 400 miles to go get it if it's a good one. Don't deadhead 400 miles to get a load that's only going 350 miles. My rule of thumb is if I'm deadheading a certain amount of miles, the load needs to be double that. So if I'm going 300 miles, that means I need 600 miles plus to get that load. If I'm a deadhead 400 miles, it needs to be 400 miles plus. Like when I went to Oklahoma and I deadheaded to 400 some miles, the load was 800 and some miles. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. So you look at it early in the morning. And then if you don't find something by morning, when it gets to that you'll be on the since you'll be on the East Coast, because in Central Time it's like one-ish or so like that it starts picking up for the afternoon lows. So you'll be on the East Coast. So start looking around 1:30, 2 o'clock. That's when they'll start. Some of the time, some brokers start pushing for the next day. So even if you don't get the load on Monday, you can start looking for Tuesday at the same time. I normally do that. So that way, if I don't find nothing on Monday, I'm already seeing Tuesday. And as they push it, I can get it so that I get the load on Tuesday. And I just go ahead and that'll be my day to just drop dead head over there and pick it up first thing in the morning. So it's not really based on, because if I say Charlotte and the load pops up in Richmond, it's like a crapshoot. You don't really know where it's going to pop up at unless you're in one of those main areas. Like, say, if you were already in Atlanta, I'd be like, don't leave Atlanta, because Atlanta's going to pop up with something. So when you're in a situation like that, you might not even have to leave VA Beach. Virginia actually puts out loads that might be closest. So you might not even have to leave. Jason, you just dropped the gym, so I need to be doing something with the van when I get in the mountains, going up and down the hills, and Arizona has some hills. Yeah. So I hit if I got that load in there, I'm hitting that tow haul as I'm going up and down the mountains. Like, you see the truck slow down? Like, no, I'm not tearing nothing up. It's a tow haul for a reason. It don't just necessarily mean because you're towing something. We got weight back there. So I hit it when I'm going through the mountains. The quicks. What's your deadhead max to pick up a load? We know that number makes sense for different people. So my deadhead max, it depends. It depends. I normally always say a tank of gas. That's what I say. But you have also seen I've done like a tank and a half of gas. Like when I was in Phoenix, it was a Friday, and one of the brokers that I had already been working with hit me up and say, hey, I got a load that picks up Monday in Pueblo, West Colorado. I had already done a load for him in Pueblo, West Colorado, and it was going to Atlanta. Remember, I told you it has to double what I'm deadheading. So from Phoenix to Pueblo, West Colorado was roughly it's like 680 miles or something like that. So it was two tanks, a tank and a half of gas. But that load paid $1,900 to go from Pueblo, West Colorado to Atlanta. Now, I'm not finna drive from my house all the way to Los Angeles, obviously, but my rule of thumb is I'll do a tank of gas, because a tank of gas, if I'm in the Midwest still, is normally like $50, $60, roughly. So if I double that, so if I'm going 400 miles and I say I'm doubling that it has to be double for me to deadhead to it. So basically, if it's going 400 miles, that load will be paying at least 800 plus. So I'm going to spend the $50, $60 to make the 800 plus. Because you got to spend money to make money. We that's the thing about cargo vans. Our loads aren't always going to drop right at our feet. So it'll be nice, but we're not box trucks. Box trucks don't have these problems. So when you drop, you normally have to go. That's why y'all always see me mad dashing, because when you're moving, you're going to have to go get it. So you can be one or two people. You can be a person that, because I've seen in Facebook groups, I saw one time that two people were sitting in Laredo at the same time. One of them had been sitting there for 2 days, and the other one said they were sitting there 5 days, waiting on the load out of Laredo. And I'm like, what are you doing? You just sat there 2 days. You sat there 5 days. Why didn't you go to San Antonio? Why didn't you go to Houston? Don't sit there, because if you're going to sit there, that means you're wasting days and you're making no money when you can just spend the $50, $60 and go get it. So I'll deadhead a tank of gas, and if the load is real sweet, I'll do maybe two tanks if it's real sweet, because even if it would have took the two tanks would have been about 800 miles. The load paid $1,900. So I would have spent $100 to go make $1,900. And after you subtract the gas, because for me, I know in the van going 1,900 miles is roughly about 3 to 350. Let's see, did I do that right? 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah. It gets to about 350. So basically, if I say 300, if I did hit a tank of gas to go there, the $100 like for that load I was talking about, and it made $1,900. So that means I would have spent $400 total in gas to make $1,500 profit. That's how I do the math. Yep, you're right. That's Rich talking about. He learned from here a tank of gas for a standard deadhead. Yep, that's what it said. That's what I do. So when y'all ask me why I'm moving around so much, that's how that happens. Now, it'll make more sense at the end when we hit the 100K, because I am calculating the deadhead miles. Because remember, I told you, calculate your deadhead miles. If you go somewhere, make sure you're writing that down, because that's still a tax write-off, which we're going to break down taxes at the end. Don't want to overflow your mind right now talking about taxes. But write down your deadhead miles, because those deadhead miles still apply for your taxes. So if you're at home, as soon as you get in the van and drive somewhere, I don't care if you're driving up the street to get an oil change and come home, write down those mileage, because that's still a business expense for a tax write-off, because those mileage. So we're going to get to the end, and I'll break down the deadhead miles so you'll know how it gets written off on taxes plus your loaded miles. Big Cook is saying you telling the truth and how to build this business, stack money. Appreciate you. Good. I'm just trying to pass it on. And everybody, I want you to understand, because we got a lot of famine here that's not just doing cargo van. It's the same thing also applies to any other business. Only thing is you have to know how to do it. Like, for example, when we did the COL formula, you have to take like a business expense depending on your business, and you have to break it down according to what your business is. So, for example, we had to convert our business expense. We did the CPM, but when you were doing the personal, you had to convert it over to get your cost of living into van numbers, so you'll know what you need for the cents to run in the van. But if I have a bakery, I have to do my whole budget totally different. So if I got a bakery business and this person has a construction business, I might not, I can't in a van use their methods, because I don't know like concrete by the yard. I don't know wood. I don't on the bakery. I don't know my ingredients. We don't have those things. So our business expenses look different, which means that it's a different formula. And I think that's where a lot of businesses get messed up when they like start losing money or have to close. They might be using a formula that's for a totally different business. And I learned that watching people that might complain about the rate, because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the rates are great. The brokers do try to do their thing. But if they're sitting there looking at their business expenses and they met with a financial person that don't know nothing about transportation, and they gave them a formula that might apply to banking, a banking formula for business expenses looks nothing like the formula does for transportation. And that's what hurts a lot of people. So fam, I'm not even gonna say that. Fam, if you're one of those, I never thought to say that, but if you're one of those individuals that aren't in transportation, but you need help with your business expenses, hit me up. I promise you, I got that stuff. The formula's in my head, but I don't know to tell you because I'm only talking transportation. So fam, if you're not doing anything with box trucks or big rigs or cargo vans, you got another business, hit me on the one-on-one so I can teach you how to do the formula for whatever your particular business is. And once I teach you, I'm gonna go ahead and share with everybody, but I don't know which one to share if I don't know what business you're doing. Where is it? Where did I stop? Okay, Jay, thank you so much. I'm going to have to go. Hey, El Paso and Vegas and LA. So yeah, so remember I told you, I said it before, if you go to California, I know we don't want to get stuck on the weekend in California, but remember I always told you, you play where you land on Monday. So if you pick up Friday and you do the drop off Monday, wherever you land at, remember I told you want to be in the 500 to 800 mile radius, because that, remember the 3 hours for 200 miles. So if you do a 500 miles, you're roughly doing seven or so hours. And if you're doing an 800 miles, that's 12 hours. Pick up in the morning, 8 a.m., drive 12 hours. You're going to get there 8, 9 o'clock, depending on if you switch time zones. And that gives you enough time to sit down and rest and drop off in the morning, because you don't really want to do the 1,000 milers because you miss a day. So if you pick up Friday, I'm telling y'all, that's how we get the 5K months, the 5K weeks, the 4K weeks. You pick up Friday, drop off Monday. You want that to be your 1,000 mile load. So you get like 11, 12, 1,300 or whatever it is for you. Drop off Monday morning. Well, you should have already been looking, because on Friday when you get it, you should already be looking at Monday to know what you pick in that area to see what you can pick up, because some brokers push it out. But say you get there Monday, now you want to find a load 500 to 800 miles, you pick it up, because even if you pick it up at the end of the day, might have a long night. So say if I pick up a 500 mile load and it's 4 p.m. Yeah, I might get to where I'm going at 11, 12 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning, but I can get some rest, drop off in the morning, and be rejuvenated to do it again. So then if you're doing 500 to 800, if I stay minimum 500 miles a day and you're doing it at $1 a mile, that's a $2,500 Monday through Friday plus the $1,000 load that you dropped off on that Monday. So you end up, if I did a $1,000 load Friday pickup to Monday and did 500 every single day that dropped off, picked up Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, that's 2,000 right there, plus the 1,000 you dropped off at the beginning of the week. There go your $3,000 a week. Now imagine if you start mixing some $750 and $800 loads in there, and that's how you're gonna start getting to them 4,000 and 5,000 weeks. Hope that makes sense. If it didn't, let me know in the chat, and I'll explain it a little better. Let's see where that stop at. Just true. Don't worry about if you're using dispatchers. So don't get you're using dispatchers. Don't get caught up in a certain area. So now that you explained that, I forgot that. True, you did tell me that before. If you're using a dispatcher and you land somewhere that is not in a good area, we talk about some of the areas. Now that you say that, you want to start heading to the hotter market. So for you, let me go back up. So with you being in Virginia Beach, I would go start heading towards Charlotte. I wouldn't get all the way to Charlotte, but I would, because I would knock off 90 to 100 of those miles so that you go, remember, 200 miles, you'll be within 3 hours, and you might have to double back, but I'd rather knock it down to where I can get to it. So if you're using a dispatcher, please do not sit there like the people in Laredo, because it's most likely not going to go out. You tell your dispatcher, pick one, tell your dispatcher, I'm heading towards San Antonio. Remember I told you this, I know that Texas area. Remember I told you Dallas is 1, Houston is 2, 3 is San Antonio. Once you drop in Laredo, you start heading towards like a Houston, but Houston, to get to Houston, you got to go through San Antonio. So you'll go around through San Antonio and get right to the outskirts of San Antonio on the other side of Houston and kind of sit right there and let them know, pick something between San Antonio and Houston. That way I can go get it. But don't stay in Laredo because it takes you too long to get to Houston if you need to get to Houston versus getting to San Antonio, and that'd be your only one. So true, what I would do is I'll start heading out, but don't go too far that you can't get back if you need to. I would get right in that middle buffer spot, and it'll make sense when you're doing it. Get right in that middle buffer spot so you can go back and forth, but don't sit in a dead area. Start heading to a new area and tell your dispatcher, because they're not going to say anything to you. Tell your dispatcher, I'm heading this way. Pick between them. If something pops up in this general area, grab me something because I'm heading that direction. Let's see, where did I stop at? So Rich say good sleeping areas, hotels, rest area, truck stop, residential. For sleeping area, that depends on the individual. It's whatever people's comfort zone is. I've seen people sleep at rest stops because they have night security that the state police normally does the night security. I've seen people sleep at like the Loves and the truck stops, like those kind of truck stops, because the lights are always on, people are always there. Something go wrong, like somebody's always there. Me personally, I do the hotels, but you know me, if I need to take a quick nap, I'm normally going to take it wherever the drop-off point is. Or if I'm driving and I'm on the road, because I don't like to veer too far from the highway, I'll stop at a rest stop if I need to, give me a couple of hours or two and keep it trucking. It all depends on your comfort level. Your longest deadhead was, John says his longest deadhead was Edmond to Fairbanks, Alaska. How many miles was that? How many miles is that? I don't know. You got to tell me how many miles that is, John. I don't know how many that is. Margaret, appreciate you, Margaret. Yeah, Mag, I'm back. Man, Fairbanks to Chicago was a 6K run. So I'm going to tell you one that I almost got. And I'm talking about, I was geeked. It happened last year. It was during the fall, so it wasn't cold yet. A load popped up that picked up in Houston, and it was going to Alaska, 4,000 miles. He put that thing on the board for 12 bands. I couldn't call him fast enough. We had everything worked out, and the shipper pulled out at the last minute. He asked me how soon could I do the 4,000 miles. I asked him when could he get that, when does he need it by? Because 4,000 miles for me, I'm going to knock that thing out in 4 days, probably 3. I broke it down to 1,000 a day because 1,000 miles a day is 15 hours. So I was just going to drive 1,000, get a quick 5 hours, 6 hours sleep, 7 hours sleep, whatever I needed, and keep going. I was going to get that thing now. But yeah, that's 6 bands for that. I don't know how many miles it was, John, but that's a good one. Blue Marvel talking about y'all better listen, dropped in Laredo and headed to H-Town. I'm telling you, that's that deadhead. Don't get so caught up on the deadhead, man. I promise you, you're going to make your money back hand over fist. And then we're going to get the tax write-off for it anyway. People forget about the tax write-off. We're going to get our money back. Mr. Quick, the Quick's talking about thanks for the cost analysis. If you need it, look at the post page. Yep, we put the formula in there. But if y'all need other formulas, let me know. Man, 1,800, that ain't bad. 6 bad. Oh, you deadheaded to 1,800. Yeah, you can't get sitting Alaska. You got to go. With 1,800, that's not bad for getting up out of there. You know me, I deadhead in a minute. I deadhead from Los Angeles home. That's like 1,580, 89. What's another 200 miles? I get it. I get it. Jay says, I know one thing about this business. You have to be willing to put some work in mentally by being smart and physically, but by pressing the gas and holding on to that steering wheel. Yep. Hey, we got to keep the wheels rolling. You always want to press the skinny pedal over the big pedal. That's how you're going to make money in this business. But like Jay said, it's a mental thing. We talked about that in one of the videos where you got to be built for this. Like, you got to think about that before you get in there. Because remember, I told you in other ones, it's going to be a lot of times you driving, and when you hit them open areas, because when you get out there, those that haven't done it, when you get out there across America, everything is not just city. It's more open area with nothing than anything. So you got to be mentally prepared, because it's just you in that van. You out there solo. You solo by yourself. That's the name of the solo. That's the name of the clothing brand, by the way, Solo One. But I'll tell y'all the website. I'll put that in there for y'all. John says he's seen one from Anchorage to the other side of Canada for 10K. Man, I'm telling you, we getting out there. We just waiting on the weather. I promise you, when that weather clears up and we start getting in that spring and summer, y'all gonna think I not lost my mind. Y'all gonna be like, that boy in Canada? That boy went to Alaska. Y'all know me. I'm be rolling. John ever say I had took the first load, Jackson, Michigan to Edmonton, 3350. I'm telling you, for y'all that don't know what he's talking about, remember I told y'all a while back on that first load, because I didn't know. No, second load. Rookie mistake. I went from Houston up to Michigan. Rookie mistake. It was my second load. That load was 1150 for 1,190 miles. And it was a Friday when I got there. And when I delivered Friday morning. And that's when I got stuck that day, because I had to sleep there. And I tried, and I didn't know about the weekends. I didn't know the loads didn't really produce on the weekends. But that whole day on Friday, when I'm trying to get out of there, it was so many loads that was going into Canada. And I even seen loads coming back out of Canada, just right across the border. Because at first I was sitting at the hotel like, why is it American flag and a Canadian flag? Because I have friends that are from Detroit. And I never heard them talk about, oh, man, we used to go to Canada all the time. I don't know why, but they're literally right there together. Like, it's not that far. So that's why I tell you, I stay passport ready now. That passport go with me everywhere I go. Mr. Quick loves rolling solo dolo. That you like riding solo dolo. I'm definitely sending the matter of fact. I actually gave y'all, I'm talking to the Quicks. One of the comments, y'all said something about a shirt. And I actually replied under that and put the website for the shirt. But I'm going to go check, make sure. But I'm going to give it to y'all anyway. It don't matter. It's been tough, but I be up at 4 a.m. dialing and emailing anyway. It pays off. Yeah, you got to wake up early. So what Rich is talking about waking up while he's up so early. So you got to think of a lot of brokers that are on the East Coast, if they're getting started at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, on the West Coast, you're 3 hours behind. So if you try to wait till you wake up at 7, 8 o'clock, if you say 8 o'clock, it's already 11, 12 o'clock for them. With 8 to 3, yeah. It's already 11 o'clock for them. They ain't lunch. You sitting there wondering why you can't find something at 8 o'clock in California, because you looking at the load board while the brokers are at lunch. So you have to get up. It's like the morning bell with the stock exchange. If you in California and you wait to wake up at 9, 10 o'clock, the morning bell in New York now went and gone. Got to think business minded. Where's most of your business at? It's brokers everywhere, but a vast majority are on the East Coast. So if you're on the West Coast, you got to get up to get the load, baby. Jeff said I did head from Corpus Christi to Laredo for a pickup going to Fred. I would have did it too. I would have deadheaded and did it the same exact thing. For all the new authorities, how has it been booking loads? So, coming out the gate, it's going to be rough because I attempted the first time. It's going to be rough. Not even finna lie to you because they see new and they want to give you low rates or they don't want to work with you because they think you don't know what you're doing. That's why we teach what we teach over here. So you'll know at least the common saying. So when they ask for something, like we talked to insurance earlier, if a broker says, hey, send me the COI, like we talked about earlier, if you don't even know what a COI is, you're already behind in the game. And they're going to be looking like, nah, we're not working with you. Because you need that, if or like say something goes wrong with the load and you don't even know to ask for a tow new, you're going to get lost, you're going to lose money. So you need to know that kind of stuff. But trying to get a load, it all depends on the brokers. They're all different. It's going to be a struggle. That's why I say when you're first getting in, have two things. Get as many gig apps as you can. And also work with dispatchers. Get as many as you can. Don't just get one dispatcher. Get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dispatchers and tell them where you're going. See which one can do the best. But you want to also have them gig apps because sometimes you get out somewhere you can make money while you're out there. Majority of the gig apps let you flip stuff around. I cracked the joke last time about DoorDash. I was up in Michigan and I just looked up the DoorDash to see if it would turn on, and it turned on, and I had the DoorDash set from Houston. All I did was switch it over to Michigan and I was seeing the loads pop up. So you want to have a gig app. So if you get somewhere, you're sitting somewhere, stuff like U-Ship, you just put your MC in, and U-Ship you might be moving a table. You might be moving somebody's bicycle, but hey, it pays. Or you might can throw something in there with a load that you already got going in that direction. So yeah, it all depends on how you want to look at it. So make sure, that's why I tell you, make sure you do the gig apps. Oh man, appreciate it, Jay. Jay basically sent us, have to show love. You're a godsend and respect. Appreciate you, Jay, man. Appreciate you. Much love, man. What's going on? Why is that? Stop. Okay. Just true. My authority is going to 3 months old in April. Is it worth getting a DAT membership to start booking my own loads? So I don't see, if you're finna hit 3 months, I don't see why not, because look at it this way. TQL works. I like this kind of talk. Let's talk real business. TQL works with you on 1 day of being active. There are brokers. There's more than TQL. There's brokers that work with you with new authorities. There are brokers that work with 3 months. If the board is $50, remember I told you, we talked about maintenance putting up. We talked about savings put up. If the board is $50, it's $49. If it's $50, that means for the year, $600. The load I took from Pueblo, West Colorado to Atlanta that I told you was 1,900, that was a TQL load. That 1,900 right there takes 600 out, and that pays for that load board for the whole entire year. I want you to start thinking of stuff like that when you're thinking about the cost. Like, remember, we're not balling out on the money yet. So I know we have to take care of our personal expenses and business expenses, but that's one of those, when I say you got that extra money, put it to the side. If one of those things is I can pay that load board or whatever load board you decide to use, and I can pay it for the year and it's out the way, that means I don't have to worry about that reoccurring payment. And so now I can save it. It's like a reverse way of saying you're debt free. The business expenses that you can get out the way, like we put the maintenance over there, get it out the way ASAP. That's like being debt free maintenance wise. You pay the load board. That's like being debt free with the load board. You see what I'm saying? Like when they put the gas aside, that's like being debt free with the gas. And all of a sudden you just got to put the gas back as you use it. It's like the reverse of saying you're debt free in business. The most like paying the van off. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you build up enough capital after the first or second year, that's what I was saying. Don't ball out on the money yet. And you can pay your insurance for the 6 months at a time. However you want to do it, then it's not that recurring expense, and you're making yourself kind of business debt free where you're putting it aside. So when it comes time, it doesn't hurt you and you just replace it as you use it. That's what I was trying to get at. So yeah, if you're at 3 months, you're not ran enough loads and you got a little money peeled off on the side, if you don't have to do it, but you get on the board, one good decent load, because remember, we can do 400, 500-mile load, 600-mile load. It can pay for the load board for the whole year, so you don't have to keep going back and forth paying every single month. Where to find dispatchers? I know we got one in our fam that's over here. I know one is what's his name? Rocky on Fire. He in the comments all the time. He's one. You can go on Indeed. Normally when you make that MC number, they automatically start calling you for everything. Do you need a dispatcher? I can help you get low. Like they call all day long. So let's get that out the way. When you think about dispatchers, don't get turned off, because we've talked about like the foreign speaking individuals in trucking. The vast majority of the people that call about dispatch, I'm not saying all of them, don't get turned off because you're like, oh, they're foreign speaking. Dispatcher. Work out the prices, see what they can do, what will be their percentage, what's their likelihood of the amount of loads they can do. Ask for some proof. Don't just go signing up with any and everybody. Ask for some proof. But they're on Indeed, Google them. Like, it's all types of ways to find it. And 9 times out of 10, though, when you get that MC, they come find you. How long does it usually take to get a load out of El Paso? That's up in the air. So the reason I said El Paso, because El Paso is one of those sweet spots. So it's within a deadhead to get from El Paso to Phoenix. Remember, like I just told Just True, get to that middle ground. So even if you don't get it on that same day, you can pick up the load the next day. El Paso is that sweet spot between Phoenix, Albuquerque, what's the number? Phoenix, Albuquerque. What's the other? Hey, y'all help me out. It's in Amarillo, and then you got Midland and Odessa and all that before you get to Dallas. So it's like a sweet spot that you can get up in there. Versus when you're in Phoenix, you can get to LA. Phoenix can get you to Las Vegas, get you to Flagstaff, and get you over to El Paso. That's what I mean about the sweet spots. You'll start to pick it up once you put in those 450-mile radiuses. When you get on the load board, like, for example, Houston, sweet spot, I can get Laredo, San Antonio, Dallas, New Orleans, Shreveport. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense, you're looking for the sweet spot that can get you to multiple directions at one time. Like Kansas can get you to St. Louis, can get you up to Des Moines, Iowa, can get you down to Oklahoma City. Dallas can get you to Oklahoma City. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying when you're looking at the sweet spot. That's why I said about El Paso. The range of how fast you can get a load, that it varies. It's like a crapshoot. Like, they don't just tell us where they're at. So it's just, where are you located at? So, but it narrows you down. Like, if you're in Sacramento area, San Francisco area, you can get down to Los Angeles, but your other one is Reno and Vegas. You're kind of limited because you're all the way on the coast. When you're down in Florida, like Miami, you don't have really nothing but Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville, and you're still in Florida, so you're stuck with those rates. So you want to get up out of there as best you can. Rich, I think having DAT is good. Even if you're working with carriers, you can see the lows and they are sending you and bid accordingly. Yes, that is true, Rich. You can. It helps because you get to study it. That's what I did. You study it and you learn it, and it helps you start knowing those areas that are like hot spots. That's the ones. That's why I'm able to tell you the hot spots, because I've been studying it. So you want to have it anyway and get familiar with it. It doesn't have to be that. You can pick any load board. It's just I got that because it's factored with OTR. They work hand in hand together. It just makes it easier. Simple. I do simplify it first. Jay says, does anyone have good or bad reviews about trans chain solutions or Fox carriers? Yeah, y'all, fam, if y'all see Jay comment, y'all have to help him with that one, because I don't know like the good and the bad with the carriers. And Rich say I would definitely. Okay, Just True says definitely will do that. Man, y'all in here killing it with these comments. What else y'all got, man? Look, oh man, look at y'all. Y'all got me up to tea. I came back. That's why I came back so fast. I love talking to y'all, man. But yeah, fam. So I know some of y'all are already on your loads for Friday, drop off Monday. My load don't drop. I got up till Wednesday to drop off my load. I'm not finna tell you. I almost just be talking and gave y'all up what the video about to be. No, I'm not telling you. So no, I already got my load. Put it like that. So yeah, some of y'all already got your Friday drop off Monday. Some of y'all even got y'all Monday. Man, I'm so glad y'all picking this up. Y'all know us anyway. Y'all got questions, let me know. But yeah, fam, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. And you know your boy been rolling and rolling and rolling. I think now I'm on what? Going into hour 33 because I love y'all so much. But yeah, it's time for me to be Dunsky and go relax and chill until bedtime because it's getting time to go night. We're not going day. It's night time. So now, fam, as always, man, like we've been having these great and wonderful one-on-ones. Again, if it ain't gotta just be about transportation business. I had people call one-on-one, believe it or not, that just wanted some they wanted the almost speaker coach BG, the mentor BG, just doing some inspiration type stuff. So it's all whatever the one-on-one, man. If you got other business stuff, hit me up, or we can keep talking like this next Sunday. But yeah, I'm finna go get that relaxation and rest because I told y'all I got some stuff I got to take care of with boy 2 tomorrow. And yeah, man, we rocked that. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. I want all of y'all to go get some rest, especially y'all that like just true. I want you to get some rest because you got some work to do tomorrow. You already told us what you got to do. But now, fam, y'all get some rest. Hold on, somebody, man. What is a typical rate from ATL? So normally when you're in like the Midwest and over to that East Coast, besides Florida, you can get the $1 a mile very easy. So you shouldn't have a problem getting $1 a mile up out of there. So now, fam, I want y'all to get some rest. I'm about to go get some rest, relaxation with the fam. We already got loads. If you don't got a load, you know what to do now for tomorrow. If you don't, hit me up. I get to you. I promise you. But your boy got to go get some family time. Go back to hugging the kids and kissing the wife before I got to get up out of here later on. But yeah, fam, it's been fun as usual. And y'all know I want y'all to keep getting these bags. I'm gonna get the bags. I would say until the next live, but we're gonna talk about that later. I don't know when the next video gonna drop, but y'all, when I know, you definitely gonna know. But until then, fam, you know what I want you to do. Stay blessed.